"We've taken the factory," roared the leader of the men from his elevated position. This was followed by a cheer from hundreds of workers standing on the factory floor. "For too long, we have worked all day in conditions not fit for the living," he continued. The crowd nodded and cheered their approval. "For too long, we have been worked into the grave. Our union will tolerate this no longer. It ends today." Another triumphant cheer bounced off the factory walls and around the machinery that had claimed so many lives. It echoed to the very top of the high ceilings and back again. Above the leader was a steel landing that overlooked the factory, a spot where those we protest against could observe their workforce. On the landing were several boxes, stacked carelessly. Amidst the cheering, one of the boxes had fallen, clattering on the steel. The men didn't care about damage to the factory. They were there to effect change, and damage was all but guaranteed. What the men didn't know was the contents of the box that had fallen. The thick, dark green liquid within had a matte effect that made it look dry. It also had a dull, pulsating glow. A pasty blob dripped through the gap in the landing and streaked down the leader's face and neck. He screamed in pain and wiped it away. He screamed again, looking at his hands. The men noticed the skin on his hand and face bubbling and turning red. Hundreds of the workers abandoned their leader and fled the factory.